Heyo.
We got something. When I was a little girl and Easter would come around, you had to be dressed to the nines to get to church. Now I think it's still that way around here for everybody. I try to look good on Easter. And I see a lot of people looking pretty on Easter.
Oh yeah, they do.
And when I was a little girl, you had to have on your black patent leather shoes. You had to have on the matching hat that matched the dress and the matching pocketbook. And you had on your little white tights.
And some of them had little gloves that went with it.
Yes, and sometimes you wear the little gloves. Now, I'll tell y'all, I also had to wear that kind of outfit when I went to the prison to see my daddy.
Because she had to be cute to see her daddy in
I
prison.
did. My granny would make me everything matching and make sure I had the cute shoes. And she didn't really make me wear the hat. But I would have the little pocketbook with like a pen and paper and stuff in it, so I have something to do while we visited. Because you get to visit an hour or two.
Yeah.
I think it was like a 2-hour visit time.
Yeah.
And so I had to be dressed up to go to the prison to see my daddy. Just like if it was Easter morning.
Yeah.
Okay?
That
Easter
was sweet.
morning. Yeah.
Did they ever take pictures of you? Did they take pictures back then?
Yes, I got some up there somewhere. They take a Polaroid.
Oh,
The prison would take a Polaroid for you if you wanted one. They were like $1. And so we'd take one for my daddy to keep and one for my granny to bring home.
That was sweet. I bet he kept them things and put them on his wall.
I got a few. I got
That
a
he
few
had?
prison pictures.
Okay.
Yeah. But, you know, later on he got out and he did better as in older age. But when I was little, he was in prison a lot.
Yeah.
All the time.
But that's okay, because when he got out, he turned out to be a
he
good.
did okay.
He did good.
He did some rowdy things, but he did a lot better.
Yeah, he did. But yeah, that was Easter morning. Was like so that was the one time of year you knew you were getting a new dress.
Yes, you're getting a new dress.
And new shoes, and
Yeah.
they were most time white shoes because it was springtime.
Yes.
And
well, my granny, it could be white, it could be black. It just depended on what she found. Sometimes it would sometimes it would be black patent leather.
probably whatever the Maxway had.
Yeah, or the TG&Y.
TG&Y. Because we actually, and we need to find these, we have outfits of us we were probably about the same age, and we had the same dress on. And we've always made jokes about it and said those are probably on sale at the Maxway or the TG&Y. That's
Same dress. Same darn dress.
Which we're 5 days apart, so you know it was kind of cool though that we had that. We need to find them pictures. And so Cecil, my brother, he would have.
You remember the story of him and Larry Emanuel, and they got so drunk and Larry throwed up behind your mom and daddy's building, and grass never grew in that spot again.
Larry told us that story at church one night.
They were teenagers just being rowdy. They got
rowdy.
some alcohol from somewhere, and Larry got sick and throwed up all behind Thelma and Junior's building, and grass would never grow there again.
I never heard that story until I talked to Larry, and he was the one that told it. And I mean, it's like, I never knew that.
He told on Cecil.
Knew that.
He told on you, Cecil.
They probably stood out there in the bag and drunk while my mom and daddy was in there praying or eating or reading the Bible. I'm not making light of it.
I hope it wasn't on Easter.
I hope not. But Cecil had either a new suit or he would have slacks and new little black shoes and a turtleneck.
A turtleneck.
And a beautiful plaid coat. It
Tell
was a
me.
blazer.
Tell me they didn't make him wear a turtleneck and a plaid coat.
I got pictures, and I'm not trying to call him out or anything. It's just how our mom and daddy dressed up.
But a lot of people did.
I think it was a thing back in the day, but so yeah, I gotta find it. I gotta dig them pictures up. So
Looking good, Cecil.
I bet he don't own a plaid blazer
Or a turtleneck. I would never wear a turtleneck. Was a little. I felt like it was choking me.
Oh, I know.
I still won't wear
Bless
them.
his heart.
I still won't wear
And
them.
you know you couldn't fight back to your parents
No,
because they wouldn't
Lord,
have
if
that.
Mama had tried to put a turtleneck on me, I'd have had a heart attack.
Yeah, I would have too. But he took it in stride, I guess. I don't know. But I do remember, you know, he got a new little suit or blazer and a turtleneck. I don't even remember if he got like button-up shirts until he was way older. I don't know. He's gonna have to let me know about that.
You need to find a picture.
I got a picture.
I'm sorry.
Of his shirt. I love you,
I'm sorry.
but I had to tell that. Oh, and the so we would have our Easter baskets too.
Mhm,
And
yeah,
you
we
remember
did
the
too.
inflatable bunnies? They were like,
Yes.
they were like 18
Yes.
inches high.
Yes.
And it was
yes.
standing beside your Easter basket when you
Yes.
get up on Easter morning.
Many
that was
times.
so cool.
Many
I
times.
love that.
I don't see those anymore.
You can't find them. I've tried to find them now. Amazon has some that's like, I think like 11 inches, 8 inches,
But
or
they
11
don't have
inches.
the big
But
ones.
they don't have the big ones. They
So
don't have
if
the
anybody
retro
knows
ones.
where to get the retro
Let us know.
inflatable bunnies that are like 18 inches tall.
Well, I loved them. We had some every year.
Mhm.
I had a pink one and Cecil had a blue one.
Mhm.
Anyway, so and two.
Oh, and after church, what would your parents do? Take a Sunday drive.
And pictures.
Pictures and Sunday
And a
drives.
Sunday drive. Yeah,
Mhm.
we'd go home and eat dinner most time, and then we'd hop in the car and we'd ride out.
Take
That's what it was called, riding out.
Riding out for Sunday drive.
And a lot of times we go up to the county line and get us some ice cream. Black cherry was my favorite.
You know, I miss the old county line, but
Yeah.
we got Checkers, and it's similar, but
It's similar, but it's not like
that old building where county line was just felt comfortable.
it was. And go in there
Mhm.
and get a bowl. It was like
Mhm.
just a little bowl of ice cream.
Or
and
we'd get the cone, honey. My granny and pa we'd get the cones, and we would try to hurry up and eat them things for they melt.
Yes, that was nice. Riding out after church,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know. I think probably every woman in the South
Mm-hmm.
probably has a black bread pan.
Yes.
Do you remember the black bread pans?
Everybody's got that old raggedy bread pan that you've been using for 20 years. It's done turned black.
A lot of them are probably like 50 years old, honestly,
Maybe.
because a lot of women say, "I got this when we got
We got
married."
married. But it would be after it was all like it seasoned it.
Yeah, like a
And-
cast iron pan.
Mhm.
It just seasoned it.
And it baked your bread perfect.
Yeah, and we
Mhm.
got one around here somewhere. I need to
I
dig
got an
that
old
thing
raggedy
up.
bread pan up at my
Yeah.
house too.
Yeah, probably all women in the
Mm-hmm.
South have one of those. And then, and I think we talked about this on one of our other videos.
Mhm.
But when the storm come up, do you
Unplug
remember what you
everything.
had to do?
Unplug everything and set your tail still.
Sit still, unplug your appliances so the lightning didn't run in on you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we had to do that.
Uh-huh.
And then we talked about the Sunday
Sunday
afternoon
afternoon
rides. And then I don't know, maybe a lot of churches still do this, but we had potluck a lot of
Potluck.
time after church.
And you know, a lot of churches still do that. They'll
Yeah.
have their potlucks certain times of the month or certain occasions during the year, and everybody brings food, and you just get in that fellowship hall or under that shelter at the
Mhm.
church, and you eat and commune with everybody.
Yeah. And then you'd go home and your parents would say, "I don't know who fixed them deviled eggs, but I probably shouldn't have eaten some of them because my stomach is tore up."
And before you go, you'd get the lowdown. Now listen, if so-and-so brings that disgusting
Don't you eat it.
pot pie, don't eat it because her house is full of animals.
She got cats up on the counter and everything.
And I seen her in church a couple weeks ago go to the bathroom and not wash her hands. So don't you eat it.
You were always warned about that person. And then you had to think about them different because you didn't know that until your
You're like,
parents
"Ooh,
told you
they don't
that.
wash their hands."
Right.
Ew.
Right. And tent revivals and church revivals. Now I
There
remember
was a lot more of them.
there was, and we have one a year up here in Sandy Ridge.
And it's turned out to be where they have a crowd.
They do.
They
We
have
need
a
to go
crowd.
to that at some point, but
Me and Ken have never went to one, but we've seen a crowd there.
we need to go this year or something.
We don't know who puts it on, what church
Well, there's a
does
website.
it.
I think Smith's Chapel. I think
Oh, do they
they.
put it
Well, I
on?
don't know if they put it on, but they might. I don't know. I know they advertise it. I don't
Uh-huh.
know.
Smith's
But
Chapel's a pretty little church.
yeah, it is cute.
And the parking lot's usually pretty full.
Yeah.
So they might be the ones who are.
I remember, so we were Moravians, and it was so calm, but we would go to regular revivals, and them Baptists will be running up and down them aisles and ripping and running and screaming and hollering. And I'm like,
She
what in
was
the
used to the
world?
calm church, and I went to the ripping and roaring church.
Yeah, it was a little bit scary.
To me, it was normal.
It wouldn't to me, because we don't, I mean, Moravians, you don't clap, you're quiet. you're
Methodist,
calm.
Presbyterians, and Moravians are more quiet.
Yeah. So we didn't know, I didn't know Spirit was getting a hold of somebody. I just thought there's a bunch of crazy people up in that church.
You might see some little old lady start going,
and we've seen the woman fall down.
oh,
In the
bless
holy,
her.
was that Holiness Church?
That was the Holiness Pentecostal
fell
Church
down
in
and
Ridgeway.
I didn't know what to do. I'm like, Sherry, do we need to
Scared
go
us
get
a
her
little
up?
bit.
And
Scared
she's
us a
like,
little bit.
no, I'll let her lay there. And we'll see
Okay,
if she
y'all.
gets
So
some-
we're sitting there with our youngins up there, and I love that church. I do. They have great singing and everything. But anyway, this little old lady, she's since passed away, but now she loved that church, and she fell that day in the floor, and I mean, it was like wham to
Yeah.
the side. I mean, just wham.
Yeah.
And I noticed she wasn't getting right back up, and so me and Lisa were a little concerned, and I was like, you reckon she's okay? And Lisa's like, I don't know.
I've never witnessed that before.
Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all. Then we saw this.
She did get up kicking her leg.
And it was to the beat of the music.
Uh-huh.
Her leg was up.
She did.
And so we were like, okay, so she must be okay.
Uh-huh.
And then we saw a leg and an arm. So the leg and the arm was both up.
Uh-huh.
And she was still on the floor.
Yep.
And nobody was running to help her. So,
They were stepping over her.
and she got the leg and the arm up.
Uh-huh.
And then eventually she just got on back up and she started doing this.
Don't it? She did.
And you know what? She didn't let anything stop her.
It was like nobody was around her.
It was the
she did
feeling.
not
She had it
care.
on her.
Yeah.
She didn't let it stop. She just let her feelings out.
Mm-hmm. And she was exhausted. She sat on that bench at the end of the service, and I don't know. I guess she had to get her energy back up. She was exhausted.
She let her feelings out. She had the feeling in her, and she let it flow on through, and she done her thing.
I liked it, but it was a little bit scary going there the first time, and this lady fell out on the floor. but I liked it.
And I was always used to it, and so because I grew up in
Yeah.
the Primitive Baptists, and they'd run up and down and shout and holler, and the ladies would jump up and down, and so
Yeah. It wouldn't bother me now.
she had it on her. It got the Lord got it in her, and she had to let it shine.
Yeah. If we go to a church and they fall out on the floor, just
So
keep on singing.
okay, so Billy Cope told me one time. Billy Cope, he's passed away.
Good man.
Him and his wife Helen Cope, they both passed away, and they lived in Pine Hall. Well, he had went to see this pastor one time. That he didn't really care for this pastor, okay, and he was one who didn't mince words.
Mm-hmm.
So he says, I don't remember the pastor's name. He says, he got up in that church and he started jumping up and down and hollering. And something about this pastor he didn't like, and I just can't remember. He goes, he took off running, and he went running, and when he opened that door to run around that church, he slid up and fell and broke his leg. and Billy
like
laughed and laughed and laughed
no.
because that pastor had slid up and
Oh,
broke his
no.
leg.
Oh no!
And he told that story to everybody.
Oh,
So-
I wish he was here to tell us why he didn't like him.
I don't know why it was a pastor that he didn't care for. Because Billy didn't
Bless his
care.
heart.
He'd just tell you what he thought
Hey,
about
Billy
you.
was a good guy. He was like Uncle Oscar.
And
I'm like,
Helen would be like, Billy,
hush.
hush down.
Yeah. She wouldn't like Billy. She was not like him at all.
But sure enough, he did say the pastor slid up and broke his leg.
It's not funny.
It's not funny, but it was so funny because Billy thought it was funny.
Okay, Billy's
Because
funny.
Billy was like, ha, he slid up and broke his leg.
You know what he deserved? He
And
must
he
have done
was like-
something really bad.
He was like, I laughed.
Y'all.
It was so funny. But anyway. I don't know how he's going to say it. Okay, y'all.
All right.
And listen, one thing that we looked forward to when we was little was The Wizard of Oz.
Yes, The Wizard of Oz, and it came on one time a year,
Once a year.
and it came on in color.
And
At
we
one point,
did not want to miss it.
we would go to my aunt and uncle's house because we had black and white TV. So when it came on in color, we wanted to see it in
You
color.
wanted to see it in
So
Technicolor.
we would run down the road to my aunt and uncle's house, and we would all the kids would sit there and watch The Wizard of Oz, and it was so scary in the beginning.
It was scary when you're
I
little.
don't know why I even wanted to watch it.
Mhm.
I probably didn't. My mom probably just made me watch it. But anyway,
I loved it,
was,
and I loved the scary parts. Even I thought the witch was the monkeys were scary.
the monkeys were yes,
They were
yes.
scary.
But we watched it. It only came on one time a
Mhm.
year, and you got in front of a colored TV and watched that.
And you know what? Now I have it saved on my favorites list, so I can watch it whenever I want to. So
Yeah, but it
'cause
just
I
ain't the
loved
same.
it ain't the same, but
same.
it was just the way it was.
Yeah.
It was nice once
Yeah.
a year. Mhm.
Yeah. And then on Saturday nights, I don't know about y'all, but on Saturday nights in our house when we were growing up, at 7:00, Hee Haw came on.
My grandpa pulled that chair up about 4 foot from that TV.
Yep.
And turn that Hee Haw on and
Yep.
watch it.
And we watched that for an hour, and
Mm-hmm.
it was a family thing, good singing, good little comedy skits in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I always wanted my kids to see what Hee Haw was about, so I ordered some DVDs.
Oh, did they watch them?
No,
Oh, I don't know if I've ever showed my young'uns Hee Haw.
they watched about 5 minutes of one and thought I was totally insane. Like, Mama, you crazy? What? This ain't funny at all. Can I watch Rugrats? And another thing that used to happen when we were young, this don't happen nowadays really, was we had an insurance lady who came to our house once a month
Traveling
to collect.
salesman.
Yeah, she
Traveling salesman.
She would collect. I don't know if it's life insurance. I don't know what it was. Really sweet lady. So you had insurance people that would come to your house, and Avon people that would come to your house, and
encyclopedia salesman.
encyclopedia.
We bought the whole big set of encyclopedias, and I loved them.
Magazines. And now Luster said his daddy sold Mason shoes at one time. So
yes, my grandpa had a
yeah.
shoe salesman that come to their house, and he'd buy all his shoes. I mean, he'd buy several pairs at one time.
You know what? It's kind of like, in a way, it's like history is repeating itself, because the same thing happens nowadays. It's just now they have, what is it, DoorDash that brings it to you?
You just get online, order it, and it
Yeah.
shows up at the door.
This is history repeating itself.
Just in a little different fashion.
In a different way, but it's repeating itself. It's what the Bible says, that, history will repeat itself, and it's kind of like what's
I
happening.
guess it is.
I mean, you can do just about anything online now, but if you want groceries, or if you, hey, the Amazon guy brings stuff. If I order shoes, they're going to bring them to my house.
Yep.
I done paid for them, but that's might be something to think about here.
Yeah. But it was the way it was.
Yeah.
And when now my mom and you remember Rainbow and Kirby vacuums, they'd sell them.
Yes.
They'd get you. They'd say, we just want to clean your carpet for free.
Yeah.
And we'd
They'd show you how it cleaned
Oh,
the
and my
curtains
daddy
and
loved to
everything.
clean. So boy, when they'd come in and start cleaning with them vacuums, he wanted one.
Yeah.
And he did buy that Rainbow.
Yeah.
He bought that Rainbow. And eventually when the Rainbow got old and the Kirby person come around, he ended up buying a Kirby.
And Electrolux.
Now, we never had an my grandma
Electrolux.
did. My grandma had that.
They were good too. They were good vacuums
And you
too.
can still get a Rainbow? I don't know.
I don't know.
I think you can still get a Kirby. You can still get an Electrolux, but I don't know if you can still get
Probably.
a Rainbow.
You
You
probably
probably
can,
can, but
yeah.
I don't know.
They probably like $10,000 now or something, but you could probably get one.
And I had a Kirby. My sister-in-law, my ex-sister-in-law, she sold Kirby, so she sold me a Kirby that was she demoed it for somebody, and they kept it for a few weeks, and then they wanted to return it. And she sold it to me real cheap. That's
so
the
you got it for
reason I could get it.
cheap. You got it for cheap. Yep.
That's the
Oh,
reason
and
I
do
could
you
get it.
remember? I don't even think this is a thing either. Like home interior.
I loved Home Interior.
Home interior, home and garden.
Well, didn't Home and Garden buy out Home Interior?
I don't know.
It went from Home Interior to Home and Garden, and I don't know if it still exists.
I don't know. I liked home and garden better than I did home interior, because home and garden was cheaper than home interior.
And I'm wondering, somebody bought Home Interior out? Might have been Home and Garden.
I don't know.
But I loved Home Interior and Home and Garden.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And then, like I said, we had the Avon, and I remember
I still like Avon.
when we would
And Mary Kay.
Mary
Mary
Kay.
Kay.
I remember Mary Kay. And so when my mama would buy something from Avon and they would drop it off, they would leave a little tube of sample lipstick in there.
Yes, it was so cute.
And that was mine.
I loved it.
I wanted that little sample lipstick, and she didn't want to give it to me because it'd be bright red, and that's what she wears. But she would give it to me.
My
a lot
Aunt
of
Brenda
times.
sold Avon, so she used to give us them little samples when we was kids.
And the little samples of the perfume. Yeah,
Oh, I loved them.
yeah,
Loved them.
yeah.
So you was something if you had Avon, Mary Kay, or Home Interior out here in the country. Now, you had money if you could afford all that.
You're right.
If you
You
could
are
afford
right.
Home Interior, now you had some money.
You are right, because it is expensive. Nowadays, it's like you go to Hobby Lobby,
Yeah, Hobby Lobby.
and what
What's
is that?
that
Home
other-
Goods. Home
Yeah,
Goods.
that's what I was going to say. What's the name of that store? Home Goods.
Home Goods.
Yeah.
I think it's real popular. And then you get, I need stuff that goes on in walls are beautiful.
It is.
It's really nice.
But we just want to tell y'all about some stuff we remember from
We
when
remember.
we was little. And I want them to bring back Home Interior. And if there's
And
no
they
Home
might
and
be.
Garden, and there still might be Home and Garden.
Yeah, it might. Well, I don't know if it's Home and Garden because I know I think I've Googled that before, and I don't think it. Because
Home Interior had the best candles. Make your house smell so
they
good.
did.
So good.
Well, see, Home and Garden had the pictures of the grandpa with the little boy,
Yes.
and I have one picture, and I would like to get several sets of those pictures because they were so cute.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
like
I got a couple still got a couple Home Interior pictures in my house that are umpteen thousand years old.
Yeah, I got some. I just ain't got them on the wall.
I got no, it's not Rhiannon's. Rhiannon's. I got a picture of Jesus that was Rhiannon's, and I got a picture of the Last Supper.
I need the Last Supper picture.
Yeah,
I need to get me one of them.
yeah, it's really pretty.
Do you remember Ola Mills?
Girl,
Ola Mills
yes.
pictures, J.C. Penney pictures, Kmart pictures.
Used them all, and then Walmart come around and they started doing pictures. We used them all.
You get
Used
like
them all.
200 pictures for $9.99.
That's right, but it could only be one pose.
One pose.
You got one pose.
You go through 15 poses and you could only pick out one.
But now if you want to buy extra, you could.
And then that package wouldn't be but $200.
Right, but for $9.99, you got that one pose.
And you would go out and buy matching outfits and have all your kids matching before you. Now, Ola Mills was in Eden at the time. You'd head down to Ola Mills. Them packages were really high.
They were high.
But now, you just got a cell phone. You just take your selfie in.
Everybody's just doing their own. We've got more talented. We've got more talented.
We have people that'll come to you.
Yes.
Or go to where you want to be. And I like that, though. You ain't got
I
that
do too.
one set.
My little cousin Casey does pictures, and she does good. So every once in a while, we'll get Casey to do some pictures for us.
I think it would be neat to take our grandkids and do like a makeshift Ola Mills
Well, what about glamour shots?
glamour shots with the fur that would have grown.
I never got one.
I
of
didn't
those.
either.
I
They
never
wasn't putting
got
that much
one.
makeup on me. I didn't care
But
about
there
that.
were
much.
men and women doing it.
And it was only, so for the people that don't know what a glamour shot is, it was only, you were only clothed from like your chest up. Like they would
They
do a
change
wrap
things,
or whatever.
and they would fix your hair real big and fancy and put all this makeup on you and make you look good, and then they pose you real seductively.
Yeah. It was terrible.
Lots of people had them.
And a lot of people still have them, and they look good. It's not something I would have wanted to go
Some
through.
people's looked awful.
Yeah.
Awful. I'm like,
Yeah.
But I never got the chance to do that.
I didn't either. I don't think I really wanted to.
I never really got into it either.
Yeah.
But a lot of people did do glamour shots.
We were too busy doing what we wanted to do, running around
We was raising babies.
and raising our kids, and
Just raising babies.
then got them to a point we put our own makeup on.
And now we're grandmas, and you know what? And nobody, I still ain't very good at makeup.
I don't do makeup.
I try. I'm not real good at it. Now, my niece V, she's absolutely wonderful at it. So next time she's in town, I might have to get her to give me some pointers on how to hide these bags and these heavy lids.
Let her come do your makeup, and we'll do a before and after.
Oh, well, V's good, honey. She's
V, bring it on.
V is good at makeup. You should see her hair and makeup, honey.
Bring it on.
She's got it going on.
We will do before
And a
and
lot
after.
of the young people now do really know how to do makeup. We was walking around when we was 16 and 17 with crazy looking foundation on it, didn't quite match, and
Blue eyeshadow up to your eyebrows.
blue eyeshadow on up here,
Blush.
dark
blush.
like almost red.
Yeah.
Like,
And then there was a two-tone eyeshadow. So you had one here and then you had one up here.
you might do blue down here and pink up here, or
Yeah.
or vice versa.
And your hair would be up to here.
Yeah, you'd be teasing
That hair up.
teasing it, and
or
then,
you'd have a mullet.
and you get that rave. Look at my hair. Look. Y'all look at this. And then you get to, let me see.
Renee.
I'm Renee.
Help her.
You see, I come up there on the wrong date because this is what my hair looks like. Wait a minute, I'm teasing it with my hands. Let me get it now. See, Renee, you see what you've done?
You look like you in 8th grade. Like you did in 8th grade.
And we had them old spiral perms. Look at
Oh,
this.
yeah.
Look, y'all.
I think the spiral perms are, she looks like a troll. You look like a troll.
Let me see if I can do horns. Hold on. My hair's got some product in it, so it's really, because I, hold on. Wait a minute, y'all. Y'all, I ain't got no sense. Renee's really going to get me. Hold on.
You like the Statue of Liberty.
Hold up. Let's see if I can get, let me see if I can get a little more here.
She don't drink.
Nah, them ain't going to do it. That's not enough right there. But anyway.
And she don't do drugs.
I don't. Only drugs I do is medication. And it's legal.
It's prescribed.
There we go. Okay. It's no telling what y'all might see Sherry do.
Yeah.
Let's have a hen party
We'll do a hen party.
and just be wild. I
We
mean,
got-
to a
listen,
certain extent of wild.
We can be wild till about 9 o'clock. And then this is my bedtime.
I'm thinking like from 7 to 10.
I'm thinking like from 6 to 9.
That's okay.
I got to
That'll
be in
work.
the bed at night. I can't,
6
I
to
can't
9.
hang no more.
6 to 9's good at our age.
Maybe we should do a morning hen. 10 o'clock in the morning,
what
everybody be in my...
What time is it appropriate to drink wine?
Well, a lot of people drink wine any time of the day.
Well, then we could do 1 to 3.
1 to 3
And
might be all
you could
right.
have wine. Wait till Lester and Ken see that now. What I just did.
They already think we dumb.
My hair's got rusk in it.
I'm not gonna mess mine up.
volumizing mousse.
Because
Well,
Brandy,
you ready for work tomorrow?
well, Brandy fixed mine. I ain't trying to be looking like no troll right
I ain't
now.
had mine. See, this going on the 3rd month, so my roots are growed out. My hair's too long. I'm just hanging on by a thread.
You literally.
You know, by a thread, y'all. I'm just hanging on by a thread.
Y'all help me.
We got to get off here. Lord.
Oh,
I think
God.
we better end this video while the getting's good.
I smell some
That's
taters
another
and
saying,
onions.
while the getting's good. Get it while the getting's good.
Yeah.
Get it while the getting's good.
I smell some fried taters and onions and some chicken.
And y'all make sure y'all tell Ken Stovall that y'all seen his wife on here looking like a freak.
He'll believe it.
He'll say, that's her.
He already knows.
He knows. And what time is it? Okay. Yeah, it's about that time. I'm going to have to go on and I'm going to go see my mother-in-law for a little bit because she's the sweetest mother-in-law I could ever have.
She just wants the cake.
Cake, taters, whatever. Bring it on, Katie.
Anyway.
I love Katie Amos.
It was nice to be able to chit-chat with y'all, and we'll see y'all again.
Y'all going to see some crazy stuff come out of me.
Subscribe, and we'll give
Next
you some more of
time,
that
we're going to tell you about poop transplants. That's a thing.
She taught me about that today, and
I'm gonna tell y'all about
y'all
poop
about to get a
transplants.
surprise. I'm
Mhm.
telling you,
It's
yeah.
a real thing.
Mhm.
It's a
Yeah.
real thing. Poop transplants.
Yeah. So,
We'll see y'all later.
God bless you.